Do you often feel like you're putting in so much effort but not seeing any progress and eventually giving up? It's frustrating, right? Many of us struggle to make lasting changes in our life, feeling stuck in our routines and habits that seem impossible to break. But what if I told you a way to turn this around with the smallest habits? In today's video, we are going to be diving into an amazing book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and we are going to be unveiling the secrets on how to build good habits and break bad ones. So let's get into it. So, atomic means small. And in this book, James Clear, the author, talks about how small changes can lead into big results. So, we are going to be unveiling one by one how you can do it. Small changes lead into big result. Let's take it up with the graph shown in the book Atomic Habits. Take any habit for example. Every day, if you do 1% improvement, you'll be 37% better by the end of the year. The same habit, if you get 1% worse every day, you'll almost go down to 0.03%. So that would be really less. So if you take in 1% action, which is really small, 1% improvement every day. Example, take reading book for example. Instead of trying to finish everything in a day, read one extra page than you used to read. It doesn't seem like much, or even half an extra page. But like after some days, years, months, it's going to compound and grow a lot. As Albert Einstein once said, compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. That's why the power of compounding is true. Every day, small actions, it will lead into really big result. Let us talk about the reason why we feel like we are putting in so much effort but there's no result coming out. It is called a concept, the plateau of latent potential. We think our progress is always linear, like we do more effort and we see more progress. So we think our results are progressive of the efforts we do. But in reality, it's not like that. Initially, we don't see any progress. Our graph would go like this. It would be almost zero, but suddenly it will pick up and it will reach more than our expectations. So initially, there would be a valley of disappointment where we think there is no result, but the results and the efforts are compounding over time. We just don't see it. And one time, it will break out and you'll see massive result. Take it up with an example. Think of an ice. At -1 degree Celsius, nothing happens, even at 2. But as soon as it hits 0, it starts melting. All the energy is stored up. And as soon as we hit the threshold point, we see massive result. So that till then, keep working. Starting, we don't see much result. But later on, we see it grows massively. Point number 2. So what does this exactly mean? Imagine this. In Olympics, everyone wants to win the gold medal. Even winners and losers have the same goal. But what makes winners different than losers? It is the systems they follow. The systems which got them to winning the thing. So focus on systems and goals will automatically follow you. Creating any habit consists of 4 parts: the cue, the craving, the response, and the reward. It goes through these 4 loops. Okay, let's take it up with an example. Imagine you see an ad for a new video game you wanted to play. That is the cue. Now you really want to play the video game really bad. Craving. And the response is you downloading the video game. And the reward is you getting after playing the video game. It could be you earned more points, or you got more score, or you won something, or you defeated some boss or something. That is the reward. So all habit goes through these 4 loops and it repeats again. So this is how habits are formed. But what happens when lasting habits aren't formed? You get the cue, which is the desire to go to the gym or something like that. Then you get the craving and you go to the gym. And the response is building muscles, doing dumbbells and whatever workout, and the reward. But if you don't have a reward, you don't get reward after like many months. Like you go to gym for like 4 weeks, but you see no changes. You're not getting the reward. So you're breaking apart in the loop. So the whole loop gets cut. When the loop gets cut, the habit stops, and you just stop the habit. Until this loop continues, your habits are always going to be formed. So now, how do you customize the habit loop in a way you want so that you build good habits and break all the bad ones? And today, we are going to be discussing about the 4 laws which are going to build good habits and definitely break bad ones. Law number 1, make it obvious. So, make it obvious. Imagine you play a lot of games. How do you play a lot of games? Because it's obvious to you. You have the phone in your pocket, you just remove it and play the video game. It's that simple. So, how do you make good habits so obvious enough that you just can't ignore it? Because some habits you just can't ignore it, right? Because it's so close to you, it's obvious, it's there in front of you. So, there is a technique called habit stacking, which is amazing. I use it all the time. Okay, for this technique, habit stacking, take down a sheet of paper, write down all the things you do in the morning which is already formed a habit. Like it could be wake up at a certain time, at say 6:30, and drinking morning coffee, or it could be say checking social media. It could be anything. Just write down the things you do in the morning. After you write down these things, this is how habit stacking works. After a current habit, I will do a new habit. Okay, let's take it up with an example. Let's say our first one was wake up at 6:30. Let's assume after I wake up at 6:30, I will clean my bed for 2 minutes. That's one point. Then drinking morning coffee. After I drink my morning coffee, I want to meditate for 1 minute. Checking social media. After I check my social media all the time, I'm going to work out or do like jumping jacks for 5 minutes. Do a morning exercise for just 5 minutes. So what this does is creates a habit on top of an already pre-existing habit, which makes the connection stronger. Try this out for a few days. I tried it and it's amazing. Just stack a habit on top of whatever you have. List down all the habits you have and stack it out. With that, even you can continue the habit stack. Like habit 1, I'm going to wake up in the morning. Then after I wake up in the morning, I'm going to clean my bed for 2 minutes. Clean my bed for 2 minutes. Then after I clean my bed, then I'm going to check my social media, whatever I want to do. So social media. This is going to be habit 3. So what you're essentially doing is giving a reason for doing this, because then you're getting a reward. A reward being the social media. So once you do this, you clean your bed once you're getting up, then doing the social media, then you can say 10 minutes of jumping jacks, just morning exercise usually. 10 minutes of jumping jacks. Then I'm going to drink my morning coffee, which is going to act as a reward, which we previously didn't have. So that is going to act as a reward for doing the 10-minute jumping jacks. So this is how you can implement the habit of habit stacking, and it's going to be super helpful in doing a lot of habits which you just struggle to do. I tried it out and it works amazingly. Okay, that's one technique you can use. And the second technique with this is obviously to make it as simple as possible to do it. Change your environment design. Imagine you want to do an exercise in the morning every day. Keep a yoga mat next to your bed so that as soon as you wake up, you're already ready. And keep even your track pants and like clothes, whatever you need, and like the morning drink and stuff next to your bed, so that when you get up, you have less friction between you and the exercise you're doing. So that it's as simple. You just wake up, roll out the mat, do exercise for 10 minutes, and go to work. So that is another thing. Environment design. Environment design often matters really much. So this technique is equally as powerful for breaking bad habits. Make the environment so that you never have to do the bad habit. Law number 2, make it attractive. We tend to adopt to habits which people around us appreciate about and reward us. So, how do you make a habit attractive? With that, let's talk about role of friends and family. This is where friends and family play a crucial part. Imagine you wanted to go to gym every day because you wanted to work out. Find people who also have the similar goals so that they can also help you out and you can go together, because when you do something with your friends and family, you feel enjoyable and it's easier to form habit. As they say, we are the combination of the 5 closest people we meet every day. That's why role of family and friends play a crucial role in forming habits which are attractive. Law number 3, make it easy. So, how do you make your habits easier? One concept the author James Clear talks in this book is to walk slowly but never backward. Okay, when you start doing a new habit, first it may be really hard, but after you repeat a habit for many times, it almost becomes automated. Like, imagine brushing your teeth. Do you think too much while brushing your teeth? No, right? But when you start a new habit, you have to think, you have to do this stuff. But after many repetitions, it gets automated. Okay, let's take it up with a graph. This is automated and this is repetitions. When you start a new habit, there is zero automation. But after repeating more times, there would be a line. That is the habit line from which it becomes automated, where you don't even think you're doing the habit, like brushing your teeth. So this is how a new habit is gone through the automation. So if you repeat it more times, it gets more automated and more easy. So focus on taking action more than rather thinking about other stuff, which makes the line more automated, so that after some time you see massive result and it becomes easier as well. Another quick and easy way to start a new habit is the 2-minute rule. I have made a short on 2-minute rule. If you want to go check it out, you can check it out. And the 2-minute rule says that at the start of a habit, no habit should be done for more than 2 minutes. It can be running, it can be jogging, it can be reading a book, it can be anything. Just do it for 2 minutes. Just remove the friction of not doing it. Let's take it up with an example. Imagine you want to go to jog every morning. Just at the first day, just go out and just wear your shoe. That is within 2 minutes. If you want to read a book, just read a 1 page a day or even a paragraph, how much ever it takes for 2 minutes, so that you just get into the habit of starting. And after repetitions, you can increase it slowly. Just increase it by 1 page a day or even like 1 paragraph, if that is how it is. Jogging, you can just jog for like 5 minutes after you wear the shoe using the 2-minute rule. Law number 4, make it satisfying. Okay, so how do you make things satisfying is to use gratification to your advantage. How do you use gratification to your advantage? So it's just by rewarding the action we are doing with a reward we like. Remember in the first time we talked about how habit loop works? One sec, let me search. Habit loop. In this, the problem was that we weren't getting the reward. That's the reason why the habit was breaking. Just completing the loop. It is to just give a reward. Let's take it up with an example again. As we already saw in habit stacking in the first law, what we did in that example we took, After we did 10 minutes of exercise, then we checked the notification social media, which gave us reward and happiness. Or after that meditation we did, then we drank the morning coffee, so that it gives the happiness of doing the meditation over just doing something else which we didn't want to do, so that then the reward is continued. So that is how you make it satisfying. It's to reward yourself. It can be as small as even just eating a chocolate or a cake. Whatever you feel is rewarding, just giving your reward after a habit helps a lot. Complete the loop so that you create habits which last long. Some more tips you can use to build good habits or habit tracking is to track your progress along the habit, how much progress you've made, what's going on. That is one way you can do it. Or having an accountability partner. It's to have someone waiting for you to do the habit. It could be your family members, it could be someone who actually is like a gym trainer or something, so that you know that there's someone waiting and you have to be there, or else. Yeah, so having an accountability partner also helps a lot. So that is also one thing. And habit tracking is another thing which helps a lot, so that you can track what progress you have done over a long time. Okay, so we are at the end of the video, and if you enjoyed it, do share it. And this is an amazing book, you have to check it out. There's a lot of things in this book which I didn't mention in this video. Like, there is a lot of tips and tricks given in the book. So do check this book out, it's amazing. And see you in the next video. Bye.